let me put it to you like this, and this is, you know what, let's just segue to our next question, because we all agree TFC is amazing right now, right?
Yes.
The next question was going to be about draws in soccer, because I recently got a question from a guy about draws in soccer. Are they acceptable? And we had a big argument about this. And I'm of the opinion
they are.
that...
In the regular season, they are. I think there's got to be some other way.
But I always look at the EPL, and I remember a couple years back when, you know, Man United won basically on a draw. They won the EPL title on a draw.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's a point.
Why?
Because
why?
It's about the EPL.
I love
is
soccer
different.
for the record, by the way. And
the EPL is completely
different
different from the MLS. The MLS is one of the only.
Soccer.
It's not the only, but it's one of the only leagues in the world, including England League One soccer and other Empower championships out there, Scotland Championship, things like that do a playoff. The reason those other leagues do a playoff is because that playoff determines what teams go to the higher league
or
and what teams stay in the league they're currently in. In the MLS's case,
it's just for fun.
No. It's for the title. It's for the league title.
No, but like I'm saying, like it's fun to have a playoff because they've been born out of this Western culture where you get a playoff.
Correct. Now the MLS, that's the only reason it's sold and it sells well in North America is because there's a playoff. If they were able to do it the way they do it in England and in those other countries in Europe, where you play 38 games and that basically determines who wins the title,
they would.
It wouldn't sell well, I'm saying. Now, why they do it in England like that? Well, listen, it's 38 freaking games. And the draw is 1 point. That's to penalize you for not winning the game. And it works. The formula works.
But what it also does is it also rewards certain teams for holding it down. And there are a lot of teams who have scaved off, and this is a running joke between me and Negan, scave off relegation. And sometimes I'll say like regulation, but whatever. Relegation,
yeah. That's part of the sport, man.
Because they drawed their way to the top.
Man, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
And there's teams like Blackpool, who play in League 2.
Yeah.
Who play an outstanding brand of soccer and go for it every single time. But because they either win or they lose, they're down there. And that sucks.
Figure it out.
That sucks. And I'm of the opinion that...
Figure it out.
I'm of the opinion that draws in soccer are unacceptable, and shootouts in soccer are unacceptable, by the way, too. You have to... Listen, you play till there is a winner and there's a loser. I'm of the opinion...
Let me ask you a question. Forget the penalty shootout thing for a second.
Yeah.
I actually am on your side with play till there's a winner and there's a loser. Give the teams 3 extra substitutions and do another extra time. That's what I think should happen. Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. I agree with you on that. In terms of the way the season's structured in Europe, okay, you have 38 games. Every single game matters. Whether or not you win or you finish in the top 4. The ultimate mecca of European soccer is the Champions League. And that trophy trumps every trophy in the world, as far as I'm concerned. It trumps the World Cup.
You're correct.
It trumps the Euro. Yes, 100,000.
I thought
10 million%.
I was on you.
No. It trumps every club trophy and it trumps every international trophy.
I don't know, but every international trophy but the World Cup.
No, it trumps the World Cup.
I don't think so.
The World Cup's just bigger because the world watches it. But 90% of the people that watch the World Cup don't watch soccer every day. I'm willing to bet money on that.
Yeah, I'm aware, but what I'm saying is the World Cup is such a big... Asamoah Gyan basically has career made off of World Cup performances.
Doesn't mean he's a good player.
No, he's not. But
okay, thank you. So, if you win 5 Champions Leagues, proves you're an amazing player. Winning the World Cup in a 1-game elimination tournament does not. That's just my opinion. If you win multiple World Cups, now we're talking. Different story. Right? If you never win a World Cup, like Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi or Paolo Maldini or Marco van Basten, who are 4 of the world's best players all time, that doesn't make a difference.
I agree with you, but it doesn't necessarily...
That's what I meant by that.
Yeah.
The winning a World Cup, the celebration is probably 10 times bigger than winning a Champions League. Because it's for a country and the prestige. Yeah. I get it. That's fine.
Public schools have been made in the name of guys winning World Cups.
Now, in Europe, winning a Champions League, right, is bigger than winning the league title. So even if you don't win the league title in those 38 games, but you finish in a Champions League spot, which allows you to compete for the Champions League the following year, that's still a win for your organization. It's huge.
I'm aware.
It's huge.
I'm aware, but...
Now, the reason the draw is a point is because they can't keep doing this extra time thing during a 38-game season where you also play other tournaments. The Coppa Italia, the Coppa del Rey, the FA Cup,
useless, but
the League Cup, right? You know what I mean? So that's the only issue.
Cup so much, and the Coppa Italia.
You don't like it? Yeah, I think
Coppa Italia is ridiculous to me. But again, that's another story for another time. But
they do those other tournaments because the teams that aren't relevant have a chance to at least win some kind of trophy. Because
I know, but that's it's from this culture of rewarding losing, rewarding.
I guess in some way.
Right. Let me ask you a question. And let me answer your question with another.
Soccer's flawed inherently.
Yeah, but let me answer your question with a question.
Okay.
Imagine Christmas Day, Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers. By the way, the Raptors deserve a Christmas Day game, but whatever. And they're playing. They go the entire 4 quarters, and in the end, it's 110 to 110. Imagine if they were like, "Okay, guys, let's close the book."
Different sport.
No,
different situation. Completely different.
That's.
Completely different. Like, it's not even close to being the same thing.
Why is that not the same thing?
It's just not. It's just, this is, basketball has a postseason. Let's say they even ended that in the draw. Who cares? As long as they finish in a playoff spot, they finish in a playoff spot.
But so does the MLS.
MLS finishes in a draw.
Right? They finish in a draw, but they have a postseason. So that's my whole point, is that basketball will reward a winner and penalize a loser. And the draw does not do that.
And you like that better, and that's fine.
Right?
And you're right. Soccer, if you were going to play 38 weeks of extra time, let's say you were tying every game. Obviously impossible. Let's say...
But see, that's the thing. It'll allow teams to go for it more. Teams will go for it more because they realize we cannot play 38.
Barcelona played Eibar yesterday, one of the worst teams in Spain. And they basically put 13 guys in their box, even though you're only allowed 10 guys on the field. They got some people in the crowd to come play defense. Because that's what you do against a team like Barcelona. Because they're so talented, right? And they said, okay, when we get the ball, just 2 really fast guys run, and then we'll give you a long pass and hope for the best. Mm-hmm. Right? Because that's what you have to do against really good teams like that.
Yeah.
Barcelona still scored 4 goals.
That's my point.
Soccer rewards teams that can score even when everybody's in the box. It's the ultimate strategy game. It's the ultimate chess game.
But then there's teams.
That's what it's about, man.
But then there's teams like Everton, who, God bless their souls, will stay back and go, Lukaku, you got this.
But why do you play like that? Because you don't believe in the players you got. There's a lot of reasons.
No, but see, that's my thing.
Soccer's a game of chess.
But see, this is my thing. In the World Cup, the best example in the World Cup is when, and I'll use Ghana after, but Algeria for me was the best example. Algeria went for it every single time.
That's why they lost.
Right? But they ended up getting to a quarterfinal. They got to a quarterfinal.
They lost. They're not talented enough. It is what it is.
But see, that's the thing. If you're not talented enough, you're not talented enough. That's fine. Who cares? But you should not draw.
Oh, okay.
But
it's a sport that's rewarded ties since the dawn of time.
And it's terrible.
It's the way it is.
It's
okay,
terrible.
all right.